What's the implications for innovation and creativity? And what's the implication on our ability to be productive and creative if we're all kind of thinking alike, right? And so you often hear that, it's less about what people look like, it's more about how people think. Yeah, that could be true, but if everybody's thinking exactly similar, then it's actually not true, right? So we got to keep pushing ourselves to evolve our thinking on how diversity and inclusion is working. Because an organization could be diverse and not inclusive. And actually, it can be inclusive and not diverse. So that's a troubling circle. And so we'll get that whole process going around. So how are you remaining curious as a leader? What is it that you're doing in your work that's saying, how do I add some curiosity about what I'm doing here? Because you're all experts. And experts, we learn to think in a pattern or a particular way. But experts also have to be curious. And intellectual curiosity is the thing that's going to help drive different thinking. But if I got a bunch of experts in the room, no respects to the experts. Not people in this room, I'm talking about the other room. One down the hall. Here's an example of an organization that was curious. Regardless of how you feel about the product, right? This is Curiosity, Amanna El-Hadid. She is an Olympic athlete. She's a power weightlifter, even though you see her running here. And she sat down with a Nike performance team, and this leader was trying to be curious, and this team was challenging, and all of these individuals sat and they talked about this perspective of what can we do? What can we do to create something that's new? So in a conversation in 2016 with her, she just talked about her hijab, how sometimes it gets warm, but it's working and all this other stuff. And then the Nike team said, but we have material that moisture wicking and all this, and so that they had a conversation, and then they tried to solve a problem for an athlete, a performance athlete. In this case, this athlete represent a group of individuals who identify as Muslim. There's 1 billion people on the planet, half of which are women. 1 billion with a B. What's the potential marketplace? What do we start to see as growth? What do we start to see as opportunity? What do we start to see as reaching out and serving? When you start to see this thinking differently about the products that you have, the service that you provide, or how productive or how your team operates. You can insert whichever one you want. You say, well, Tony, we don't make a product. Okay, the service. Well, we can't touch the service. Okay, how your team operates then. Don't be so literal with me. It's like, well, you said product, and I don't have a product, so I can't do it. So you can't practice it, right? You can, but just insert what's needed. And it's about our way of thinking.